In July 1998, a quiet hospital in Jacksonville, Florida, witnessed a crime so shocking that it would remain a mystery for nearly 2 decades. A newborn baby, just hours old, was snatched from her mother's arms by a woman posing as a nurse. This is the chilling story of the kidnapping of Kamiah Mobley and the woman who stole her, Gloria Williams. On the morning of July 10, 1998, Shanara Mobley gave birth to a healthy baby girl named Kamiah. It was a moment of joy and celebration, but that joy was short-lived. Just 8 hours after Kamiah's birth, a woman dressed as a nurse entered Shanara's room. She claimed that she needed to take the baby for tests. What Shanara didn't know was that this woman was about to disappear with her newborn, leaving a trail of heartbreak and confusion that would last for 18 years.
How could someone walk into a hospital, take a baby, and vanish without a trace? The answer lies in the twisted mind of Gloria Williams. Gloria Williams, a woman with a troubled past, was in the depths of despair in 1998. She had recently suffered a miscarriage and was desperate to hold on to the relationship with her then-boyfriend. In her twisted mind, she saw a solution. She would steal a baby and pass it off as her own.
On the morning of July 10th, Gloria drove to the University Medical Center in Jacksonville. She walked through the halls of the hospital with a sense of purpose, dressed in a nurse's uniform that gave her an air of legitimacy. She found Shanara Mobley's room, introduced herself as a nurse, and took Kamiah from her mother's arms. Shanara was a new mother, exhausted but elated, and she trusted the woman who claimed to be a nurse. She handed over her newborn without a second thought. It was only when hours passed without her baby being returned that Shanara's joy turned to panic. Hospital staff searched frantically, but Kamiah was gone. Shanara's world collapsed as she realized her baby had been stolen. For years, the Mobley family lived with the agony of not knowing what happened to Kamiah. But what was life like for Kamiah, living under the name Alexis Manigault? Gloria Williams took Kamiah to South Carolina and raised her as her own. She renamed her Alexis Manigault and created a life for them. Gloria was a loving mother, and Alexis grew up believing she was Gloria's biological daughter. She had a happy childhood, surrounded by friends and family who knew her as Alexis. But there were signs that not everything was as it seemed. Alexis never had a birth certificate or social security number. Whenever she asked about her birth, Gloria would give vague answers, deflecting her questions. Alexis began to suspect that something was wrong, but she loved Gloria and couldn't imagine that the woman who raised her could have done something so horrific. It wasn't until Alexis was 16 years old that the truth began to unravel. How did Alexis discover her true identity? And what was her reaction?
In 2015, Alexis needed her birth certificate to apply for a job. Gloria finally confessed the truth. She wasn't her biological mother. Alexis was in shock. The woman she had loved and trusted all her life had kidnapped her as a newborn. Gloria's confession set off a chain of events that would eventually lead to the unraveling of the mystery. In January 2017, Gloria Williams was arrested. The news shocked the nation, and for the Mobley family, it was the moment they had been waiting for. Shanara Mobley finally knew what had happened to her baby girl, but the reunion was bittersweet. Kamiah, who now knew herself as Alexis, was torn between two worlds. She loved Gloria, the woman who had raised her, but she also felt a deep connection to Shanara, her biological mother.
The reunion was fraught with emotion. Shanara was overjoyed to have her daughter back, but Kamiah struggled with the realization that the woman she considered her mother had committed such a terrible crime. The case went to trial, and the world watched as Gloria Williams faced justice. What would the verdict be, and how would it impact Kamiah and her families? In June 2018, Gloria Williams pleaded guilty to kidnapping and interference with custody. She was sentenced to 18 years in prison, 1 year for each year she had taken Kamiah away from her biological family. The sentencing brought some closure to Shanara Mobley and her family, but the emotional scars ran deep. Kamiah, now torn between two identities, continued to struggle with her feelings. She loved Gloria but knew she had to come to terms with the reality of her situation. She began building a relationship with her biological family, but it was a slow and painful process. For Shanara, the pain of losing Kamiah for 18 years couldn't be erased. She had missed out on her daughter's childhood and many milestones, yet she remained hopeful that they could build a future together. Kamiya's story is one of resilience and the search for identity. How does one reconcile two different lives and the love for two mothers, one who gave birth to her and one who raised her? In the years following the discovery, Kamiya, or Alexis as she still sometimes prefers, has worked to find her place in the world. She has appeared in interviews, sharing her story and her complex feelings towards both Gloria and Shannara. She has expressed her love for Gloria, despite the crime, and her gratitude for finding her biological family.
Kamiya's journey is far from over. She continues to navigate her relationships with both families, finding her identity amid the chaos. Her story is a testament to the human spirit's resilience and the complexities of love and forgiveness. The kidnapping of Kamiya Mobley is a haunting reminder of the impact of one person's actions on many lives. It's a story of loss, love, and the long road to healing. As Kamiya continues her journey, we are reminded of the strength it takes to confront the past and build a future from the fragments of two very different lives.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the most heart-wrenching kidnapping cases in recent history. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories that delve into the depths of human experiences. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.